Welcome to this week's episode of Coffee with the Journalist, brought to you by One Pitch. The guests on our show include some of the most notable journalists from the top US-based publications who cover topics including technology, lifestyle and culture, health, science, and consumer products. We discuss their role, the types of stories they cover, what their inbox looks like, and how they connect with sources. We're joined by Christine Hall from Crunchbase News on today's episode. Christine has been a contributing writer for Crunchbase News since April of 2020, covering startups and venture capital with a focus on venture-backed companies, entrepreneurs, trend pieces, and funding announcements. She started her career as a reporter for the Houston Business Journal in 2002. On the episode today, Christine tells us about her process for reading, responding, and forwarding emails to colleagues, how she's adapted to remote work, her favorite kinds of novels, and more. Let's hear more from Christine now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with the Journalist. I'm Beck Bamberger. We're here. This is episode 51, actually. Christine, I was just telling you about that. Christine Hall's with us from Crunchbase News. So happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Are you drinking coffee?
I am drinking cherry Coke.
Oh, I've not heard that answer before. Cherry Coke. Is that like your drink of choice, day drink?
It is my drink of choice if I can get it. It's very rare.
I was going to say, you don't usually see that on the shelves.
No, that's why we have it now, because we found it and we were like,
Get it.
Yes, my husband, I was like, pick some up.
Pick some up. Yeah, when you see that drink, I was just drinking yesterday the grapefruit Topo Chico, the sparkling water.
Yes.
Deliciously refreshing. Anyway, I've got some coffee here. Okay. Well, let's get in first to your inbox. How crazy is it with pitches and how do you keep control of it?
Wow. Yes. My inbox has been crazy. I probably get, 300 emails a day.
Oh, wow. Pitches?
Well, no, I would say it's maybe like 2/3 pitches and the rest is other things that I get rid of. I'm not sure that I manage it that well. I am one of those people who definitely reads all of my emails.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, you're in that rare category. Okay. By read every email, do we mean you open every single one?
I don't open every single one, but I do look for, obviously my name. And then I do read, if it has my name on it, I do open it up and read the whole thing. There's a lot of those. And a lot of times lately, it seems like it's for, it's emails for another colleague. So I just happily forward it on. But yeah, I do try to respond to each email that comes to me with that, has my name on it. Just because I think that's a good way to, foster relationships with people. And I might not cover it now, but, come back to me. I read my emails.
Okay. So you were mentioning that you don't necessarily have a good system, but do you have, when you're filing them away, as you just mentioned, is there some foldering? Is there some flagging? What do we do here?
I am a big folder person. I don't even know how many folders. There's got to be 20 different folders that I have for each. Yeah. So one for each, beat that I have. And then I have ones of things that I'm looking at and ones, for things that I don't like or, things that I've completed, all of that good stuff.
And then the likelihood of you responding to a pitch, how likely is that?
I would say that, if I have 10 emails that have pitches, I probably will respond back to the person and say, yes, I'm going to do this, or no, we don't do this, or no, I can't do this.
Oh, wow. So you actually do responses for vast majority, would you say?
Yes. For the vast majority, I do responses.
Wow. You were in a rare category, Christine. I think I knew this though, because you were on one of our AMA things and you did talk about this.
Yes, that was interesting. I didn't realize that a lot of people didn't do that. I'm
telling you now, especially after 50 of these, I can tell you're in your own category with maybe 2 other people. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you about the coverage that you do, the stories you produce. Mm-hmm. Where does the impetus for the stories come from? Do they come from pitches, for example, at all? Do they come from a pitch from a VC or like a tip? Because you do cover a lot on fundraisers. So what would you say? I
would say maybe like 60% come from a pitch and 40% come from just networking with company founders and VCs.
And how are you networking now with those folks?
Most of it is all, virtual calls.
Yeah, just hopping on a call.
Yeah, and since I'm kind of, that I'm a remote worker, even, if we weren't in a pandemic situation. So I think that's likely to be the case going forward. So, for all the conference calling and all that kind of stuff, that's actually good technology for me, because it makes me feel like I'm not completely, out of touch with what's going on.
Speaking of, I just saw on Twitter that one of my VC friends was posting that they're seeing job titles like head of remote popping up for places like the big, Facebook and Google. I'm like, wow, what would your job be like if you're just head of remote, making sure remote work goes well? I don't know. It's just,
I would think so. Yeah, that's what I would think. So that's what I would think. Probably making sure that maybe you're like the king of Slack or something. You're the person who makes sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Oh, so, but back to, networking, especially networking now, how open, I guess, are you to when someone, either a founder, a VC comes to you and is like, oh, Christine, like, can we do a 10-minute, 15-minute call? Like, I've got 8 portfolio companies in health tech. Is that something you respond to?
Yes, definitely. I think it's one of the most important things that I can do to facilitate, relationships, as well as learn more about companies within my, industries that I cover.
Good to know.
Today's interview will continue after this brief message brought to you by OnePitch. Are you curious to see the unique ways OnePitch helps PR professionals and marketers pitch journalists? Head to onepitch.co to learn about our new OnePitch score and see how easy it is to find the right journalist to pitch your news to. Sign up for your free account today. Now, back to today's episode.
Well, let's play a little word association game. So here we go. And you just say the first word that comes to your mind. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. First one, food.
Ooh, artichokes.
Artichokes. Wow. Oh, I like Brussels sprouts, but
Oh, Brussels sprouts are good too.
yeah. Okay, drink. Well, we know that one.
Yeah, cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke. We got that covered. Okay, hobby.
Reading.
Houston.
Oil and gas.
Oil and gas. Funding announcements.
Hopefully on a day other than Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Healthcare.
It's the pulse of the world.
Bay Area.
Place I've never been.
You have never been there?
No.
Wow. I do not believe I've talked to a quote unquote Silicon Valley, VC reporter who's not actually been to the belly of the beast. That's like a fun fact. You should put that on your Twitter.
I should.
Okay. E-commerce.
Very crowded space.
Unicorns.
Something I just learned about.
Something you just learned about. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'd never heard of that till I joined Crunchbase News.
2021.
Hopefully a good year.
Yeah. Journalism.
My passion.
Pitch.
Not always necessary.
And inbox.
Very full.
Wow, yeah, 1,500 a week. That's a lot. What are you reading, consuming, watching? We'll take listening as well right now, Christine. You did say reading is your hobby, so tell us.
So I'm a big fan of mystery novels. I can't, off the top of my head, think of a good one, but that is my genre of choice. Yeah, I think the one that I read recently was called Lock Every Door.
Lock Every Door. Okay.
Yes. I don't want to give it away, but it's a woman. Yeah, it's good. It's a woman who moved into a New York high rise that has some secrets.
Ooh, okay. Riley Sager is the author on there. Ooh, I like. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm kind of pretty eclectic. Like I'm a big, I should say I'm an avid reader of advice columns.
Which ones?
Yeah, so I read Dear Abby, Miss Manners.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do. Carolyn Hacks on Washington Post. Oh, Slate, like the ones on Slate, like Karen Feeding and Dear Prudence.
Oh, I do listen to Dear Prudence. Yes.
Yes, I read those on a somewhat daily basis. I'm a big watcher of The Office. I'm a little hesitant to see what happens with it going away from, I think it's on Netflix and going to Peacock. I'm a little nervous because I kind of watch that every day, or maybe it's just pandemic watching. I don't know. Maybe it'll get out of my system.
Okay.
I think listening. So one of the things that I listen to a lot, Oddly enough, is the on Spotify, the classical Halloween.
The what? The classical Halloween library? What, like ghost stories?
No, it's just classical music that has been associated with Halloween. I love it because there's no words, so I could just listen to it and write and all that kind of stuff.
Wow. So you can get classical music that, of course, sounds spooky, I imagine,
Yes.
if you're into your dark gothic vibe.
Yes. And I can just kind of zone out and write and stuff. But yeah, no. But no, yeah, I listen to kind of like the regular stuff. I listen to the Daily, the New York Times podcast, and the Journal, the Wall Street Journal. I listen to, since I enjoy mystery books, I listen to My Favorite Murder every once in a while.
My favorite Murderino. I was going to say, me too. Although they've been they are kind of not, the pandemic is weighing on them. And so they can't crank out as much, which of course we all understand, right? I mean, this is just...
Oh, totally.
But I kind of get sad when they do a quilt episode. I'm like, no, I wanted the real, that's just me being selfish.
Yes.
But do love that podcast. Who does it? Karen Calgariff and Georgia Hartstark. Okay, well, let's talk about the future of journalism. What is your take? What do you think?
I think it's going to be a lot of, similar to what I do, where it might not necessarily be like a newspaper that you hold in your hand, but it's going to be more online. It's exciting and sad at the same time, because I still get, I get newspapers at my house. I get the Houston Chronicle and the Wall Street Journal every day. Yeah, I enjoy sitting and reading and holding it in my hand and, all that kind of, I still get magazines.
Ooh, which magazines? We didn't cover that. Which magazines?
Yes. So I have pretty much your girly ones. In Style, Shape, Better Homes and Gardens, Good Housekeeping, Martha Stewart, Living, Real Simple. Oh, so maybe they're not girly as much as I live in a house and you can tell.
Yeah, you live in a house. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, that's great. Okay. So back to the future journalism. So on that thought, you were saying.
Yeah, I think it's going to be digital. I think it's going to be, I hope that there are lots of students, people like me when I was in elementary school and middle school and high school that are like, oh, I love learning about things and writing about it and helping people understand. And so I hope that there's a lot of people like that out now, and that's not something that, because there are universities and colleges out there that I remember, a while ago. It's been a while. I haven't kept up with it now, but that, we're dropping their journalism programs.
Really?
Yeah. So I hope that isn't, that's kind of slowed down. I hope that that it is evolving in a way that causes people to, to have that same kind of passion that those of us who do it now have.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's going to be a time, though, that you can't get those magazines?
I think so. I know that when I subscribe to the magazines, and even, like the Wall Street Journal and the Houston Chronicle, they're always like, check your digital subscriptions. And I'm not so...
I'm like, I don't want to check my digital subscription.
No, the Wall Street Journal is nice. I do go on there. It's nice to have it on a website, but like magazines, like I've tried to read magazines like from my, iPad, and I didn't really enjoy it as much.
Yeah, it's not the same.
You can't tear out the pages with the recipes on them, or the beauty product that I want to go buy.
Yeah, it's not the same. And that's something I've talked with a couple people about, is things are experiential. And there is something about an experience of touching a page and flipping the page of a book, putting it in your hands, being outside, let's say, swinging on your porch or wherever you are, and experiencing that. Or let's say it's a paper and you do it every morning and you're drinking your coffee and it's on your table with whatever your bagel. And there's something about an experience there that you can't get with flipping it on an iPad.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. It's interesting. We'll see what happens on that front.
Yeah.
As we move along. Well, let's play our favorite part of this whole thing, Christine, at least one of my favorite parts, which is our Mad Lib, which sometimes is really accurate and sometimes it's just all over the place. But we'll see. Okay, so here, let's go this. First, what is a catchphrase? Any catchphrase?
Like, just do it.
Yeah, that's one. What about a scare phrase that you hear in journalism?
Oh, typo.
An empowering phrase you might hear in journalism.
Yeah, come back to that one. Sorry.
How about an adjective?
Nice.
And then a part of a pitch.
Subject line.
Okay, we'll do that. And then another adjective.
Curly.
Curly. Okay. Another part of a pitch.
Ending. The ending.
An amount of time.
10 years.
10 years. And then how about another adjective?
Prickly.
Prickly. Okay. A singular noun.
Pencil.
Pencil. And then what is a topic?
Politics.
Politics. Okay, almost done. A verb ending in ing.
Running.
God, that is the most mentioned one. I swear we have about 25 runnings in here. We might have to change that up or something. Okay. And then what's just any verb?
Talk.
Talk. Okay, here we go. To me, tech journalism is just do it. It consists of typos and, we didn't go back to this part, Christine. We'll just say empowering buzz phrases all the time on the daily. If a pitch has a nice subject line, I will absolutely respond to it. However, if a pitch has a curly ending, you can expect no reply from me. If 10 years goes by and you don't see an email back from me, you can just assume I am not pricked about it. The best stories always have a pencil and are usually about politics. And the best way to reach me is by running it over to me, but you can also just talk to me.
I love it.
I like it. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Christine, thank you for being on today. This was so fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate it. And I know this is going to be landing in like Q1, but right now it's December. So happy holidays. And I hope you get some sanity and some time to not be in 2020. How about that? Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Happy holidays to you as well.
Thanks again, Christine.
Thank you, Beck.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Coffee with the Journalist featuring Christine Hall from Crunchbase News. If you enjoy listening to our show, make sure to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. And if you have a moment, please leave us a review to share your thoughts about the show and today's guest. To learn more about the latest tools on OnePitch, head to our website at onepitch.co. We'll see you next week with an all-new guest and even more insights about the journalists you want to learn more about. Until then, start great stories.